This is a tutorial video to help you with some outlining shortcut keys. First, go to Page Setup, if I can find it. It's down here somewhere. Maybe it's that. Yes. Make these margins smaller. I'm going to toggle to the next field here by pressing Tab, Tab, Tab. Okay, this saves margin space and it saves paper. I was also taught that Georgia font will allow you to get the most words on a page. And it looks pretty spiffy. And then I'm going to go to the More thing, and I'm going to select my numbered list. And I'm looking in the book here. I'll just look at chapter 2.2 and get started on that. And remember, hitting enter should kick the computer into outlining mode. Remember that more specific things are tabbed in, and if you press tab, it should give you the next character in the sequence. So I'm just going to type in some info here. Now if I want to go back a level, I hold the shift key down and I press tab. If I want to go back a level again, shift tab. Now some people discover that if you hit the backspace button, sometimes it brings you back a level, but other times it doesn't. And look what I've done here. I've accidentally deleted my outlining structure. So what I've essentially done is I've told the computer to stop outlining, and this is a problem. Sometimes you can type in the characters and you can start it up again, but sometimes that doesn't always work. So to get the computer to outline again, go to the end of the previous line, hit enter again, and it starts it in outlining. Let's see here. Some shortcut keys. These things up here you should never use. You should use the shortcut keys. They're much easier to manage. So I have an apple here. So Command B for me is bold. For you it's Control B. That little weird looking symbol there before the B is the command button on Macs. So suppose I want to type in a vocab word. I would just press Control B and then Control B again, and then I could put in the definition. And suppose I have a green section. I could press Control U and then Control U again. Suppose I have an example and I want to make that italics. I can Control I. And the problem might be, notice it's still in italics, so if I hit enter, it's going to make everything below that in italics. So you want to place the cursor here and press Control I again and take it out of italics. Here's a useful command shortcut. Control A highlights everything on the document if for some reason you decide that it should be pink. And then you realize, whoops, I don't want to do that. So you could press Control Z. And Control Z will undo it. Now suppose you want to insert a table. If you insert a table right now, ooh, we got lucky. There's an E down there. Let's suppose there was not an E down there. So you fill in your table with all the info. Oh, and by the way, if you want an extra row on the table, just put the cursor here and hit tab, and look what it does. And here's another cool trick. If you want to just keep doing that, instead of Ctrl Z, which is undo, hold down Ctrl, Shift, and Z, and it will just keep redoing the last thing you did. So this is Ctrl, Shift, Z, which basically means, hey, do that thing again, do that thing again, do that thing again. And Ctrl Z without the Shift will undo it all. But anyway, we have this table in here. And suppose you're done filling it out, and now you want to outline again, and you don't have your E. And you try to type it in, and the computer won't outline. So here's what you need to do. You need to trick the computer. And you need to, I'm going to cut this, and instead of going to cut, I'm going to do Control X. Oops, I deselected it. Control X. And now I'm going to delete that thing. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to delete that. Don't worry too much about the details here. The point is, oh, that didn't work. What I'm trying to do is to get a letter to remain down here. So let me take this table out again. Try this again. Okay, so let's suppose I want to get a table in right in here, but I want to keep the computer in outlining mode when I'm done with the table. I'm going to delete this, and now I'm going to insert a table. That worked. And I still have my little sequence down here that I can pick up when I'm ready. Suppose you want to type in exponents, or what are called superscripts. Suppose you're doing volume. And volume is measured in cubic centimeters. And you want to do that little 3 thing. One thing that you can do is you can hit Shift 6 and you'll get that little caret thing. Oops. That's okay to do if you ever see it. But if you press Control, comma, whoops, Control period, the cursor goes up, and now you press it again, Control period, and it goes back down. So Control period will give you that superscript, or what you might think of as an exponent. And I think somewhere in here you could probably find that. Yeah, there it is. So it says Control period. Most of these shortcut keys you can find in the menus. Now suppose you want to do the chemical formula for H2O. So now you don't want a superscript, you want a subscript. You press Command on a Mac, Command, or Control, comma, and down it goes. And now you press it again, Control, comma, and now you're back to normal. So, just a quick review of some shortcut keys. Control A highlights the doc. Control B makes it bold. Control B makes it unbold. Control I, italics. Control U, underline. Control X will cut the thing. Control V will paste it. Control C will copy it. And Control Z will undo whatever you just did. If you know of any cool shortcut keys that could help people with outlining, you can post the information on the Helping Friendly document. I hope this helps.